And now it's time for today's daily forecast with EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martridge.
Good Thursday morning to you. It is October 11th, 2018, and we are watching the remnants of Hurricane Michael, which of course made landfall as a strong Category 4 hurricane in the northern panhandle of Florida. It is now weakened considerably, but still going to be moving across the Carolinas today and eventually going to be pushing out to sea. This is going to be picked up by a trough and sent out in this direction like this. The trough is actually going to be bringing us some periods of rain today. And some perhaps some embedded thunder as well. So this is just a regular cold front that's moving through, but for our southeastern areas, we'll get some enhancement of this as this goes by, mainly south and east 995 in these areas right here. Some enhancement to the rainfall as that front moves eastward and interacts with that somewhat. So we're going to take you through a timeline today. This is looking at, first of all, around noon today. You can see where it is here at this point near the Carolinas, and as we get into late evening, it's over eastern North Carolina. But you can see what happens with the frontal boundary. It pretty much moves through for the interior area. So it's down here like this at the end of the day, and rain is shutting off back here, or at least becoming very spotty, maybe a leftover shower or so. But down in this area, the front is still producing some showers, and that is going to interact once this system moves up to the north. It's going to interact with this front in this region. And that's where you get the flash flood watches that are up from the National Weather Service. Now, whether or not it's as far northwest as they have it, I doubt it. But we'll see. There could be some areas they get here, inch and a half, maybe some 2+ inch readings in these areas, especially down toward Sussex County, Delaware, Cape May, New Jersey, maybe Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's very southern portions of New Jersey could get into some of that heavier rain and that graze as that goes by. And you can see that here in the next frame as I move forward. You can see the southern portions. This is, again, south and east of I-95 for the most part. And looks like some enhancement across the southern two-thirds of Delaware. Maybe places like Cumberland County, Cape May County, Atlantic County, maybe southern Burlington County in New Jersey, maybe even southern Ocean County. We'll get a hit of this on the way out, but it's really not that big of a deal. You see that moves out during the overnight hours, and by the time you get to Friday morning, it's out of here. Okay, so let's go over the NAM high-res future simulated radar and run through it, give through a timeline here of what's going to go on today. Now, this is just scattered showers and perhaps some embedded thunder this morning. This is starting off at 8 o'clock this morning. You can see this should be what the radar coverage should look like, or very close to it. And as we go forward from this point, you can see that it continues to move off to the east, some embedded heavier rain cells within that, so I'll call it moderate. We're not going to talk about heavy rain today, I don't think, until we get later when you get that enhancement further south and east. But as we get into the afternoon hours, just some residual showers that are going to be moving through along the frontal boundary. This is just showers, not a real big deal. Here's late afternoon. Here's 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6. Once we get to dinner time, we're going to start seeing the impacts of Michael. That is going to be the remnants of that moving up to the north and east. Now, again, we're not going to get anything directly from Michael, but you will get some fringe impacts from this as it moves to the north and east, and that will enhance some rainfall along that frontal boundary that still exists at this point. This is now 8 p.m. this evening, and as we go forward in time, you can see some more of that enhancement. These are just the outer rain bands of what was once Hurricane Michael. Will now be a post-tropical system, but will interact with the front here and enhance some rainfall. And you can see that across southern New Jersey and parts of Delaware, at least the southern two-thirds of Delaware and parts of southern New Jersey could get some of that rain, and also some gusty winds. Wind gusts could be 20 to 30 miles per hour. Not a real big deal, but we'll keep an eye on that just in case it decides to get a little bit higher than that. And once we get through the overnight hours, you can see that rain will continue and then shut off eventually as we get later in the overnight period, and then moves away on Friday morning. So that's the deal with today's front. I spent a lot of time on that because we don't really have a lot to deal with over the next couple of days, except for the colder air coming in here Friday. Colder than it has been. Not cold necessarily, but colder than it has been by a considerable margin. I mean, yesterday we were in the lower 80s. We're talking about highs in the 70s today. Highs will be near 60 degrees on Friday as we get a northwest flow in here behind this system exiting in the front that's coming through today. And a big trough is going to set up over the eastern United States. It's going to stick around for a while, we think. And so these temperatures should not go away. Our next chance of precipitation, of course, after a partly cloudy Friday, we're expecting a little system that's coming go off to the north here across the eastern Great Lakes. The GFS is not nearly as thrilled with this, but this is like a late Friday night, early Saturday morning deal where you can get a quick shower or two. Not a real big deal, but then clouds giving way to sun in the afternoon. Again, the GFS is not as thrilled with the coverage of this. So I'm going to lean on the side. Sometimes you have to go with your gut on this, and I think we're going to go lean on the side of less rain. We do want to mention the opportunity for a shower on Saturday morning, but then clouds give way to sun. Still cool, highs in the 50s. Same thing here on Sunday, except we're going to move the temperatures up here to near 60 degrees once again, but a partly to mostly sunny day. Now, Monday, we're going to have another chance of a front. Another front of Monday is going to come through, another chance of rain, but I think it holds off until the overnight hours. Here's a look at Monday. Maybe some increasing clouds late in the day, and then we get into Monday night, have some scattered showers that are going to move through the region overnight on Monday night. So Monday evening, Monday overnight, we get those showers move through the region along that next frontal boundary. It's going to be a reinforcing shot of cool air, and once that moves through the air behind this on Tuesday, we're going to get back to partly cloudy skies, but very cool air, some frost midweek next week, some temperatures in the overnight getting to the 30s, and for overnight lows, and some of the outlying areas, well, the usual colder spots across our region, the outlying areas away from the cities, will have some frost to contend with in the middle of next week, or right around the middle of next week. So the Tuesday to Thursday time frame especially, we can see that, and highs will be in the 50s, it looks like, and then going back to partly cloudy skies on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for October 11th, 2018. Have a great Thursday.